Hi everybody, I was not planning to do another video because I did do the little mini update with the test earlier from my iPad. Still waiting to see if it actually makes it up. But sorry, my first try, no my water. I was talking with a friend earlier. Her sister's birthday is this weekend, and she was looking at making a cake, and she was going to do a chocolate one. And I was like, well, it'd be really cool if you did some Tootsie Roll roses. And I guess, I don't know, maybe that may sparked an idea in my brain. I don't know. I went scouring my kitchen to see if I have Tootsie Rolls. So, this is what we're going to do. We're going to make Tootsie Roll roses. So this is actually a tutorial. So I'm going to slide this down. Yeah, I have a hole in my shirt. It's one of those around the house shirts. Sorry about that. Okay, so these are our Tootsie Rolls. I don't remember off the top of my head how many it takes. I've done this before. But we've got 2 that are lemons. We're going to have a yellow lemon rose. We've got 2 that are cherries. We're going to have a cherry rose. If I do need more, I did find that I do have a whole stash of these in my kitchen. So we can get more. I want to say it's just 2. A lot of it too depends on the size you want of your rose. And I don't know, we'll see. 2 orange. You could actually take these and make like a really big one if you wanted, or just do a regular one. This one's kind of smashed because I was playing with it. They are kind of hard, some of these, so they may or may not work. I'm hoping that one's actually small. I'll have to have my son get me another one of that because I need a bigger one. Gerald! I have 2 that are green, which are lime. Can you check the jar and see how that was kind of really small? Yeah. See if you can find me another one that's bigger. Right. Yeah, it's kind of hard though. I'm working on it now. And then I've got 2 that are vanilla. I forget what color they are inside, but the wrappers are blue. He is looking to get me another one of these that's big. My cutting board to cut on my lap because, well, I don't want to cut myself. And a steak knife. So we will start with the orange, and let's go from there. And I do have this cute little zebra tin that Mom got me that we're going to use as a trash can right now. Yep, okay, so he brought me a second big one. So we do have our brown ones now. Okay, so we're going to open our candies. Pull trash in my little trash can there. So I've been using that little can for sewing for strings and stuff. Because well, I don't feel like reaching underneath my table nonstop for a trash can. You know, doing videos makes me need to sew that hole. Bugs me. So this is where we have 2 orange Tootsie Rolls, and these are a little bit old. So if you have like really fresh ones, they'll be a lot easier to work with. I've kind of hid these from myself because I love these flavored ones. So I kind of forgot I had them until my discussion with my friend a few minutes before I started this about Tootsie Roll roses. Let me put this knife up here because I don't want it to fall and cut me. So I've cut it into 4 pieces. Okay. As a matter of fact, because I don't want a super huge centerpiece, I am going to cut. They're getting kind of sticky. I'll cut one of those in half. So you have 3 that are the same size, 1 that is in 2 pieces, which is smaller. Depending on how big you want this rose to go or how big you want your petals, you could cut them all this size. You can do them all that size. It's kind of up to you. Your hands will eventually get sticky a little bit after a while, so just be ready for that. As you work with these, they do warm up and become really pliable, saying you can kind of bend them. Just like mine's old, so I don't want to do it too much, but you can kind of play around with them and get them to form the shape of the center little piece. I don't know what shape you call it. I want it to form, but I don't want it to be funky. So this is what I do. I'm sure there's plenty of ways to do it. Sorry, my hands are itching all of a sudden. I don't know if my soap's got to me or what. But I try to make the center a little bit skinnier. Let's see if you can see this. See, it's a little bit skinnier than the bottom. I made the top kind of rounded, skinny middle, fat bottom. And I'm going to take this bottom and kind of push it down, and that's kind of flat, so you gotta be careful. Leave the printer alone. Mainly because I want a flat bottom, so if I'm going to sit it down on a table or something, or on a cake, I want it to sit flat. So there's our centerpiece. We're going to lay him down. Now, I'm going to start with this one because it's going to be on the inside because it's the smallest. All you do with these is you just use your fingers. Then I'm going to take this, and because it's the first one, and because it's that half piece, is why I did this. I made it really thin. You see it's going to kind of go like that. And you're going to have it rounded around. Now you will have this seam right here. That's fine. That seam will get covered as you go each one. And depending on how far out you go, if you curve your last petals down, it will actually kind of take care of that. If you're doing this and need them to sit flat and want them to stay flat, I've done them on flat cutting boards, but I found the ones that have just a little bit of texture to it, the candies kind of stand up better. I have the orange flower. Doesn't take long. It took me 13 minutes, and that's explaining it and having hard candy. Now you can put this on a cake, that could be a perfect centerpiece for a cupcake. I haven't made these. It's been almost a year since I've made these, so this one's actually a pretty bad looking one. But you can make more. Okay, I decided to come back real quick. I want to show you guys something. I decided to do another one, but to do it the way I was talking about with cutting each one in half and then cutting it in half again and getting 4 pieces from each Tootsie Roll. There's a reason I did this. I'm going to pull a piece off of this one or go cut up another one. I don't know yet. But if I save one small piece from each one of these, I can make the multicolored one. But this one also makes it smaller, and it'll make it a lot easier to wrap it and not cut off as much. So I've got my rounded end. I went ahead and pre-did everything so I could just put it together and show you. But I just took this one after I got it smashed and just kind of rolled it, and it gave me the curved in middle, bubble top, flat bottom. You just kind of pick a leaf or petal, I guess would rather be the right word, since we are doing roses. And I'm going to put him on, bend him out a little bit. You don't have to be massively worried about the bottom being flat if you're not going to worry about him standing up on his own. Mainly because, well, if you're going to stick it in a cupcake, the icing will hold it up. My biggest thing is I always try to cover one seam. Every time I add a petal, I try to cover a seam. And see, this one's working a lot better and looks a lot better than this funky looking orange one that I did. That I keep dropping, and I'm showing you the bottom. I can't hold on to it. So that one's kind of big and funky flat. You can already see where it's starting to look better in the middle. And you can make the middle piece a lot smaller by rolling it more to make it flatter if you want. And that's where the fun part comes in. If you use the different colored ones, you could actually take, if you really wanted, I'm going to show you the one multicolored using a different color each one, but you could like take part of this, a white, and take part of the pink one and like roll them together on the edge and give your roses like a colored tip. You could do just two-tone. You could always put them into, like, cut them up and put them in strips. You could really get creative and do all kinds of cool stuff with this. But I'm not going to go that massively in depth on this tutorial little video type thing because, well, we could be here all day. I could have some fun with it. I'm trying to not have a very long one. See, it's starting to look a lot more like a rose this time. And then on this one, I did kind of just push the leaf, just pushed up as I attached this piece, but that's okay because I'm fixing to bend it down and curl this one because this is actually my last one on this side. Then I'm going to bend out these other ones. Then we're out on this last petal over here. And I'm going to kind of bend him down as I'm attaching him under here, mainly because if not, if not, it's not going to be massively seen. See that it's a cuter little rose, and you still have a big chunky bottom end, which, I mean, you could cut that off if you wanted, or like I said, just take and shove him down in the cupcake and stuff and use that to hold it with. But that's the cuter, more compact one. So now I am going to pause it. I am going to finish these, and I'm going to save a piece off each one to make the multicolored one, and then I will see you guys back here in a few minutes with all of them done. Okay, so I'm on the last rose. As you can see, the two red fingers there? They're not red from the candy, they're red because they hurt on both hands. If you plan to do this in mass quantity, then I would recommend having somebody help you, or starting these like a day or two ahead of time and storing them in an airtight container. These things, smashing these will make your fingers start to hurt after a while. But it's fun. They're pretty, except for that one, which is kind of ugly. But you can tell just from what you can see so far, nobody wants to see your feet. Please get it away from the food. Stop. That, the further you get, because I cut these into smaller pieces, and the more my fingers are hurting, I'm not caring to form the pieces the same way I was in the beginning. And that's fine. It's, you know, it makes them all look different, which is more natural. You will also find that the more you do these, you'll find that you start moving things around and how you're doing it and how you're flattening them and forming them, and you know, they'll start coming into like their own little shapes. And you know what? That's fine too. This one's hard. You'll find what works best for you. And you'll see as how this time I'm kind of having to do it as my hands get sore. I'm smashing them using both hands because my fingers are getting really red and really sore from doing this. So I resorted to the two-hand. You'd think I'm like messing. But as my fingers are getting more and more sore, I'm just kind of shaping them, forming them, and letting them do whatever they want to do, kind of thing. Mainly because I'm getting to that point that I want them done. I forgot how much they're beautiful, and I like doing them, but I forgot how much they make your finger hurt. Stop, little man. My 3-year-old is dying to eat these things. Yeah, he's licking his lips. He's ready for it. But he has to wait because I'm still doing it. So we're almost done. And then, okay, so we have our last rounded one. The candy. And he wants to smell them. Smell good? Apparently they smell yummy.
Alright, purple. And that one.
Okay, baby, there is no purple, and you know that.
Alright, that one, and that one, and that one.
So, as you can tell, each one has kind of taken on its own shape and design, and that's kind of how they are in nature. So, please get your hands off. So, it's not a big deal for sandwiches. Okay, so, please stop. With the exception of the orange, because I wasn't going to try to pull anything off of that to make another one, and I wasn't going to pull an entire another Tootsie Roll, just to cut off a small chunk. But as you can see, I did take this one here. If you get it from the bottom, you can see that it was red, and I attached some white to it. You can see where on this multicolored one, I took and attached some white to that pink. Let me fold him up so you can see him. He's got white attached to the pink. As you fold down, I did too much white on the inside, so you can't see the pink as well coming out of it like I wanted it to. But I wasn't really, you know, it wasn't my best work. I was trying to hurry to get them done for you guys so you guys could see it. Only color missing out of this one, of course, is the orange because I already had it done. This one, though, it will be a lot easier to see any seams that are left undone, like this right here, simply because it's multiple colors. So you'd have to make sure you, like, if you didn't want everybody seeing all of your colors and your joining lines, to hide this in a cupcake or on a cake or something, or put something around it to kind of cover that up. This one is the regular brown original Tootsie Roll. This one looks really good if you make a chocolate cake. This one looks awesome on top of it. I've done that before. I've done that actually for a cake for a funeral. I did my favorite chocolate cake recipe with ice. That were my favorite icing recipe too. and I made some of these to put on it for a funeral, and it looked really good, and it didn't look cheesy. So that was actually really good for that. Here's a green one. Each one's a different shape, so I'm going to show you, or different, little bit of a different design, so I'm going to show you each one. This one's the green one. This one's lime. Best part is your hands will smell like Tootsie Rolls when you're done, too. So this is the green one. He's kind of a flat bottom. He's kind of got a wide base. He actually does, you can't see it because I moved this. He does sit, and you can kind of turn him on a cupcake or something, or a cake. And like your back end, so this would be your back side. It's kind of higher. And you'd have this leaning forward towards you. Not yet. Leaning forward towards you. To show, of course, we have the orange one. He is the one I messed up because he was the first one I did. And it's been a while since I've done them. But I mean, he doesn't look bad. He wouldn't be my when I'm done. He would not be one that I would probably throw on a cake or a cupcake. I want to say the first one I do every time that I have done them has become a snack for my kids because it tends to look kind of like this as the first one because, well, it's the practice one. It always is as your fingers are warming up and getting used to it. I'm going to try to see if I can get them into like a little bouquet or something here. Not yet! Into a little bouquet so you guys can see them. This one's the little white one. He's very little. Perfect size for a cupcake or say the top of a really small cake. And he's classic white, so that would be really nice. He'd probably be a good one if you wanted to put like some luster dust or something on, or something to make it a little bit more shiny if you wanted it or to stand out. He would be a good one for that. Next we have the red one. He actually has a little bit of green, so you gotta be careful when you cut these, because as you cut them, it does stick to the knife, and I didn't think about it, and I didn't go clean the knife, but it will stick, and so you can transfer colors if you're not careful. Like this time it doesn't matter because I'm just doing the fact of doing it, but if you were doing these for an event or something like that, of course you would want to, and you can see the shininess of them. That is all natural from the candy itself, nothing I've added to it. Like I said, you have to kind of play around with the placement of them to kind of get them pretty and to make them look right with your icing and depending on what design you want. I will say that it's very hard to get these all to look the exact same. So this is the last one. This is the yellow one. He has kind of a long base. He'd be good to put in a cupcake. I made him he's a tighter rose. So if you like see it like that, it'd be a lot tighter on the top. But it'd be really cute with like green buttercream frosting or something around him just poking out. That'd be really cute. And of course he smells really good. So can't go wrong with that. And here I will show you all of them. So one last glance. There's all of them. That is all of the Tootsie Roll roses. They, like I said, as you can tell, everyone looks a little different, but they're very cute. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me tilt up so you can see me. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you give it a try, let me know how yours turned out, if you liked them, if you thought they were easy or hard, or if maybe you were able to get a bunch of roses that look the exact same. I mean, you can look at, except for that I can't hold them because they're sliding out of my hands because of my hands. You can see they start out kind of the same in the middle, but the outside I always end up looking different. It's my roses. They smell good. And because they are flavored, they will taste good. And I hope y'all enjoyed. Now I need to take a picture and text it to my friend. And I will see all of you guys later. Bye-bye.